For those of us who oppose mass immigration, and can be a bit of a mystery as to why others aren't on our wavelength, how do they justify it in their mind, and why do so many not see that there is a problem? In this, the first part of a two-part series, I will list and talk about why they support mass immigration. Some of the reasons are pride, only seeing part of the problem, aids the economy, equality, helping to solve the world's problems, guilt, and decent person. So we'll start with pride. Many countries accept immigrants, but this one here lives in your country. Out of all the countries in the world, they picked your country. There must be something that they really like, love, or want about your country. Here is someone who isn't one of us, but who moved here to be a part of us. Your country is the best, and this immigrant has shown you that. For many people, this can give them a sense of pride, even a patriotic feeling. Only seeing part of the problem. You can only see and experience those things that you see and experience. What I see and experience will be different from what you see and experience. So some people's experience of the impact of immigration is limited, as they never have a real opportunity to see how large it is. They may have a parting glimpse and wonder if something is wrong, but as it is only a glance, they become distracted with life, as we all do, and put the thought aside. If immigration is a problem, it's someone else's problem, but not something that affects them. Aids the economy. There is an argument that says that we need immigration to aid the economy. A big economy is better than a small economy, and that only immigration can provide the number of people required to build that bigger economy. The business sector is quite keen on this argument, but you will also hear this argument from everyday people. Sometimes this goes back to pride. They want the best for their country. Sometimes they make a living off of immigration, and sometimes they fear any downturn in the economy. Equality. If everyone is equal, how can it be that some people are denied the ability to live in your country? If everyone is equal, then that means that people can live where they like and be free to live as they like. Discrimination is wrong, and that includes treating people differently just because they come from another country and aren't a citizen. Racism exists because of ignorance. Once you meet and live with people of other races, ethnic groups, religions, and cultures, then you will not be ignorant. Helping to solve the world's problems. The world has problems, no one doubts that, but some people believe that immigration is a way of helping to solve the world's problems. Poverty is a real problem in the world, but if poor people can immigrate to rich countries, then they will not be poor. Hunger is a real problem, but if hungry people can immigrate to countries with food, then they will not go hungry. Lack of education is a real problem, but if uneducated people immigrate to countries with schools, then they will learn. There's hardly a problem in the world that immigration cannot solve. Guilt. If you live a life with money, good healthcare, sanitation, lack of war and little civil strife, if you are educated and live a life of comfort, then you might feel a little guilty. You know that not everyone in the world lives this way. Some live terrible lives in terrible conditions, others not so bad, but not as good as your life. You've been blessed, so why shouldn't others also be blessed? Decent person. For others, immigration is about being a decent or reasonable person. They don't want to be haters, or even worse, have someone else think of them as haters. They value people as individuals, and they only see immigration on a person-to-person basis. They never look beyond to see how immigration affects other people, because that would imply that they were not decent. This isn't a complete list, but I think you get the basic idea. People who support immigration do not do so in a vacuum, and it is not wise for us to think they do. In part 2, I'll be looking at why people should oppose immigration.